All right, welcome back, everyone. Ready to dive into something kind of controversial.
Oh, always up for a good debate, especially when it's about something we all experience time.
Exactly. So today we're tackling daylight saving time. You know, that whole spring forward, fall back
But
thing.
one we all complain about but can never quite seem to change.
Exactly. We've got some excerpts from this article. Let's see, it's called Pasted Text. And well, it's got everything. The latest on what might happen to daylight saving time, the arguments for and against it, and get this, some states are just doing their own thing, like straight up ignoring the federal
Oh,
rules.
no, that's got to be interesting. States going rogue on time. What's the story there?
Well, we'll get to that. But first, guess who pops up in this article? None other than Elon Musk.
Figures. Is he trying to launch us into a new time zone or something?
Not quite. But he and Vivek Ramaswamy are both calling for daylight saving time to be abolished completely. They say it's just, well, inefficient. And Musk, he's all about efficiency. He's even thinking about making it a priority for his proposed Department of Government Efficiency.
Right.
Yeah, DOGE.
DOGE, like the meme. Seriously.
Yeah, apparently. I mean, who knows if any of that's actually going to happen, but it's definitely eye-catching. And the article, it kind of makes you think, like, why would messing with time be such a big deal for the government?
Right. Like, are there really that many cost savings to be had from just tweaking the clocks? Maybe it's about energy consumption, or maybe there's something more to it.
It's definitely a bold move,
Yeah.
and it's gotten people talking. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Senator Rick Scott, the one Musk supported, he's actually pushing for the opposite. He wants to make daylight saving time permanent with his Sunshine Protection Act.
Wait, so Musk wants to get rid of it, and the senator he supported wants to keep it all year round? Talk about mixed messages.
I know, right? Makes you wonder what's really driving this whole debate. Is it really about efficiency, or is it more about, like, personal preference?
And it's not just politicians who are divided on this, right?
Oh, absolutely. The article mentions this poll from 2022. It turns out only 44% of Americans actually want permanent daylight saving time. Then you've got 35% who want to stick with the current system, changing the clocks twice a year. And then there's a smaller group, about 13%, who actually prefer permanent standard time.
So it's all over the map, huh? And that probably explains why Congress is having such a hard time figuring this out.
Yeah, it's like a total stalemate. The Senate, they passed a bill to make daylight saving time permanent back in 2022. But then it went to the House, and crickets, nothing happened. And it doesn't sound like things are going to be any easier this year.
So deadlock in Washington. What's happening in the rest of the country?
Well, that's where things get really wild. Some states are just, like, fed up with the whole thing.
Oh, this is the part where they go rogue, right?
Yeah. So 19 states have already passed laws saying that, hey, if the feds ever let us, we're switching to permanent daylight saving time. No more changing the clocks for us.
It's like a mini rebellion. What about the other states? Are they just watching from the sidelines?
Some are, yeah. They're kind of waiting to see what their neighbors do before they make a move. But then you've got Arizona and Hawaii. They're just living in their own time zone. They've had permanent standard time for years, along with some U.S. territories.
Wow, they really said see you later to the whole daylight saving time drama.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it does make you think, what's the big deal with this whole thing? Why are people so passionate about it?
I think it's about more than just convenience. It's about control, People want a say in how they structure their lives.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But, the article also gets into some pretty practical arguments for and against daylight saving time. Like, on the one hand, people argue that it gives us more daylight in the evenings, which, let's be honest, most of us prefer.
Yeah, evenings are for grilling and chilling, not sitting in the dark.
Exactly. And then there's the potential for energy savings, although the research on that is kind of mixed. But then the American Medical Association, the AMA, they come in with a pretty serious counterpoint.
Oh, yeah, the health angle. What's their take?
Well, they're concerned about that spring forward time change in March. They say it's linked to all sorts of health problems, like literally heart attacks, strokes, even more car accidents. It's pretty scary.
That's wild. Just changing the clocks could have that much of an impact.
Yeah, the AMA thinks so. They say it messes with our sleep, which then throws off our mood and can even affect our mental health.
So more sunlight in the evenings, but at a potential cost to our health? That's a tough trade-off.
It is. And then, of course, you've got the American Academy of Sleep Medicine, and they're on the complete opposite side. They're all about permanent standard time because they say it's just better for our bodies.
Right, something about it being more aligned with our natural rhythms. So it's better sleep, which then means better health overall.
It's like, how are we supposed to choose? More evening daylight, but with potential health risks, or better sleep, but with earlier sunsets.
Yeah, it's definitely not a simple decision. It's about individual well-being versus what might be best for society as a whole.
So what now? Daylight saving time is obviously a hot topic, and it doesn't seem like we're any closer to figuring out the right answer. We've got conflicting opinions, political battles, and even, potential health consequences to think about.
It's a lot to take in, that's for sure. And I think it leaves us all with a pretty big question. What's the best way to manage time? How do we balance what's good for us individually with what works for everyone? It's something we all need to think about, especially as this debate keeps going.
Well said. And on that note, we'll leave you to ponder that question. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the wild world of daylight saving time.
Until next time.